The fact that we have a competitive race is a really healthy sign for the association. I'm going to try and be as brief as possible because each candidate has 3 minutes to tell you why they're the best candidate for one of those board of directors spots. And just as a reminder, election day is in a week, it's on the 20th, but absentee ballots, they open right after this meeting, so you can go and cast your vote as soon as this meeting is done with. The candidates have no idea what order they're coming up in. I've invested in a high-tech drawing system to pull their names out. It's called a shopping bag. Everyone's name is in here, so I don't know who's coming out first. They don't know who's coming out first. I will have a countdown timer on my phone that will go off after 3 minutes to try and keep everyone to time. When my phone goes off, you guys will all yell $5 fine because I've met you before. And I'll pull out the first name, and the first is Leon.
Yeah, Leon. I did this last year first, so I guess I'll do this again. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Always great to see your smiling faces every morning. For those of you who do not know me, just might see my face, my name is Leon Townsend. I've actually been a realtor in September, coming on 4 years. It's pretty impressive. So my first renewal, right? Everybody remember when they had their first renewal of their license? Yeah. For some it might be 3 or 4 times, right? Yep. But you know, that first renewal I'm kind of scared of a little bit because it means that I'm sticking to something, right? And I think that that's the one thing that we have to do. In this industry, there are things that are going to come across that we might be dealing with, right? 4 years ago, we were dealing with a decline. We were dealing with an uncertainty in the housing industry, right? Now we're dealing with uncertainty with competitors. And I think the one thing that we have to be assured of is ourselves, right? So being a realtor for 4 years is a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't expect me to know that I've done and experienced, right? For example, I'm not a father yet, but I have mentors and people that look up to me as a father figure. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are coming up this weekend. My dad, happy Father's Day. I know he's not watching yet because he's working. But I think the one thing we have to realize is that as an industry, what we have to do is we have to be there for our clients, right? We have to be there for our respective realtors whose voices aren't heard as much. So for me, once I first got in this industry, what I learned is I needed to be involved, right? It may not look like it, but I've gathered lots of knowledge. Shocking to surprisingly believe, I actually am a certified zip form trainer as well as a certified forms trainer for CAR. Also serve on CAR committees. Not to toot my own horn, but I will be Dr. Leon on Saturday, so I'm gonna pat my own self on the back. Right? So, thank you. I wasn't looking for certification, but I mean, it's good to hear, right? I think that not only giving yourself and giving your time to serve your industry and to serve your other realtors is important. So for me, I think that my plan for this year is focused on 3 things. Education, because I think that we are the best association around. We have some of the best education courses, right? Yeah. Membership, I think that we need to show how great this association is and we need to keep growing as we are. Last is transparency. I feel that since I've been a realtor, I've had to kind of poke my head and learn more things that a lot of people don't get to see. So I think that not only to focus on growing our membership, we need to focus on not only the bigger companies, but we also need to focus on the smaller companies. Because anywhere you go, the smaller companies are the ones that people avoid because they're not sure if they're going to be around for long. So I think as long as we stick to that, focus on showing the importance of being a realtor and the importance of being a part of this association, I will serve you guys well this year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leon. Right, next name out of the high-tech bag. I'm sure I've only got one. Is Michelle.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, good morning. My name is Michelle Shimohara, and happy Father's Day again. Just a little about myself. I'm with Keller Williams Executive in Alhambra. I have been a member here for about 5.5 years. Here I serve as the Vice Chair of the Legislative Committee. I'm also on the Global and on the Education Committee. At my office at Keller Williams, I also serve on the Board of Directors called the ALC. And I'm a real estate instructor, and I'm also a mentee to all the new mentors. So when they sent, when running, they asked, why do you guys want to run? And I was thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, I didn't want to give like a generic answer. And so I thought, I really just want to help. I really want to help people. I help my clients, I help my students get through the process, and just like here, I just want to help. So I'm just here to do whatever you want. If you need to help me to raise money, give money, support other realtors, whatever you want to do, that's what I'm here for. So if I don't make it or not, I'm here to support everybody. So thank you so much.
Okay, and our next one out of the bag is Earl.
Good morning, everybody. I thought I was coming last. I don't know why. I just thought I would be last. But my name is Earl Knudsen. I'm a broker associate with Keller Williams Executive here in Alhambra. And I'm also a broker of record for LES Loans in Whittier. And I go between the two responsibilities. Here at the board, I serve a couple of years on the grievance committee and with the events, at least for the last year. Yeah, at least for the last year for the events committee. I've been in the business 35 years. I've worked in a lot of offices. I've been general manager both at Remax 2000, Caldwell Banker Dynasty, and Keller Williams has team leadership people. So what I do is I check files, mostly at Keller Williams, and answer questions, technical questions. That's what I do. So I get a lot of calls from agents, and I get a lot of calls from my best friends, scam likely, but so do a little humor. In reality, I've seen the boards evolve over the 35 years where I started Hacienda Heights, Roland Heights, Duncan Bar Board, and it was a counter, and you would go in and you would pick up your book. Since then, the boards have grown tremendously. They had to add locations where they had classrooms. They took on the responsibility and made these things happen. They service us, the realtors, as we service the community, and we're also involved here with the affiliates and everyone else together. Actually, as realtors, we're only one leg under the table. And that means we are combined with the CRMLS, the boards, as well as the CAR and NAR to support this industry. But we are the ones that interface mostly with the public. I love this board. I've been a member of many boards. We're not the biggest. We have the biggest heart. And I like all the folks here, and everyone is very accepting and kind, and I definitely enjoy being a part of it. That's about all I can say. If you had some questions, we could talk plans. Things of the future, our industry is changing with technology. We've got to adjust and keep things going, but we have to make changes to stay alive. There are people attacking our industry from capital ventures, and I would even like to welcome them into our rooms sometime and have a panel, a podium of like iBuyer and some of these other companies that really don't want to deal with realtors and find out what they're about and just have good exchanges. So I think we have to be open to our friends, but we also have to be open to the ones that are not our friends that may be a threat. So we know how to adjust and we know how to plan ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay, next up is Susie.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Susie Dunkel Soto, running as a candidate for the West San Gabriel Valley Association Realtors Board of Directors to represent you, the members. I've been a practicing realtor, residential realtor, for the last 9 years. After having made a midlife career change, I found the best way to immerse myself and understand the industry was through taking advantage of everything this board has to offer. I became very involved, joining many committees and chairing various committees at the board. After 2 years as a member, I was voted in by you, the members, elected and re-elected to serve you on the board of directors for 6 years, including as your 2017 president. In accordance with the rules and regulations here, which set term limits at 6 years, I have taken 2019 off. I have served in various leadership positions here at CAR and in our community. I am dedicated to carry out the mission of the board, promoting adherence to the Realtor Code of Ethics and professional competency of members, to safeguard and preserve private property rights, and always be mindful of our cultural backgrounds within the community. I know we cannot be successful without the help of each member's participation and voice. I will continue to serve here and the community with a servant heart. I am away from my family and business 5 weeks a year, representing you in conferences with CAR and NAR to protect private property rights, encouraging and fighting for homeownership, protecting your business, including legal and legislative issues, and fighting for homeownership, I am so grateful to West San Gabriel, to you the members, having put your trust in me, representing you. I encourage each of you to get involved, be a bigger part of our industry, and make your mark here. In 2020 and beyond, I want to empower the realtors of West San Gabriel through communication, action, transparency, and communication, creating opportunities for you all to thrive, be knowledgeable, be safe, and to be proud to be a realtor. This association is my second home. I want to make a better place for you, my colleagues, and myself. As a NAR Realtor Safety Instructor, your safety has been and remains a priority to me. Also, realtor mental health is a personal priority to me. A couple of months ago, we lost a member of our realtor family to suicide. This wasn't the first I've heard of. We have very stressful jobs. I want you to know it's okay to take that second job. The car you drive is not important. What is important is how you treat our clients. I want to help you and our industry build our reputation and be happy to be a realtor. Thank you. That's who we are.
Thank you. Next up out of the bag. Brian.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. As many of you know, my familiar faces around the association for many, many years, but maybe you don't know my background. I'd like to introduce myself formally to all of you. I've been practicing realtor since 1989, and I've been serving on various committees at our local association here since 1990. And I became part of the board of directors since 1993. And in year 2000, I became the first Chinese immigrant president of this great association. At the same time, on that year, I was also the president of the MLS, the predecessor of CRMLS as you know it today. And back then, we were trapped in a very antiquated old system, and I led the revolution to migrate away from that system into an internet-based system, because at that time, internet was getting the way to go in the future. And we implemented the first generation MLS system, internet-based MLS system in 2002. And 2 years later, when I found another system that has unlimited user capacity, that means future growth for our organization, I spearheaded the changeover to the new matrix system, as all of you are using now. And because of the unlimited user capacity, quickly, matrix system became the system of choice around California, which led to the merger of South Cal MLS into our organization, and now we become CRMLS, as you know it. And in 2005, when my contract as the CEO of MRMLS ended, I became a GRI instructor for CAR. As you know, GRI is the designation. And I returned to my real estate practices. And I have also returned to serve our board in our board of directors, which I led the effort of selling the old location, and securing non-dues revenue for this organization, making us the strongest financially stable association in our area. And in 2017, and I adhered to the sabbatical requirement for term limits, and I recused myself from running in 2016 and returned to my real estate practice. Why am I running again now? I would like to bring back the proper decision-making structure of our board of directors. I have seen some changes, and I need your support to get back to business. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the next name up is Vince.
Thank you and good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Vince Veneziano. You guys see my face around. I have been a realtor since 1978. I joined this board in 1984, and I have been a member since. I served on several committees throughout the years. I learned a lot from all those committees. And now it's time for me to give back to you what I learned. I am an immigrant from Italy. I immigrated here when I was at the age of 23. I worked since I was a little kid. I learned to be a hard worker. I learned to be honest and transparency. And I need your help to get back on the board of directors, and I am a person which committed and honest, and if you have a complaint, comment, compliment, whatever, don't be afraid to approach me, and I bring you to the next level. I don't promise which always will be solved, but at least I can bring you your comment or complaint to the next level. I am a father of two boys, one which is our own president, Giuseppe, and I'm proud of my boys, and I have grandparents of 3 grandkids, 2 from Giuseppe, and a boy and a girl, which they keep being alive going. I'm a cancer survivor 3 times. I lost a leg, I lost a lung, and I'm going through another surgery on this coming 27, also for stupid cancer. But I'm here, I'm a fighter and committed. If you vote for me, you will not regret, and you will be. I will represent you. You come first. I'm not running for me, I run for you. Because now I have the time which I can serve you the way you need to be served. Thank you, and I'm the last one on the list, but you can change and make it the first one. It's your power. It's your power to change on the first. Thank you.
We have 2 names left. Lorraine.
Yay! All right, Lorraine. All right. Good morning. Good morning. I love our association. I joined the West San Gabriel Association in 1979 when I chose real estate as a profession. Being a realtor allowed me the means to support my family and to the flexibility of raising my children. I'm pleased to say it worked. I have 4 amazing adults as children that have grown to be wonderful people. It became evident that it was time to pay forward and help my fellow realtors achieve the same level of success. So in 1990, I joined several committees. I have served on I have been on the board of directors 16 of the last 41 years. I left the board in 2015, knowing our association was in great shape. We have the lowest association fees in the area, the highest level of education of classes offered, and our expense spending was in check. We had a healthy non-dues revenue. Sad to say, that no longer holds true. We need to give our newer directors the tools and the information they need to maintain our prosperity. Several of us on this podium are willing to once again provide that guidance. Corporate law requires that directors act only in the interest of the corporation, without self-interest or personal agendas. Several of us have previously served together on our board of directors. We didn't always agree, but we always expressed our individual views, listened to each other, made decisions that were in the best interest of our association and our members, and then left the meeting as friends. Yes, we want new leadership, but we must allow the new leaders time to establish themselves in the real estate business, to be able to recognize what is in our members' best interest, and not solely rely on the opinion of others. I strongly believe that being a leader and having real estate experience go hand in hand. There's so many changes approaching our industry, and I would love the opportunity to represent all of you. I'm proud to be a realtor. I love our association, and I'm asking for you to vote for me to be your 2020 director.
Yay!
Seven gone. I think Ling's figured out who the next name out the bag. And it is indeed Ling.
Did you do that on purpose? Hi, everybody. How are you today? Thank you. I wasn't expecting so much people here today. My name is Ling Chow. For people who know me, I'm Ling Chow. For people who don't know me, I'm still Ling Chow. Okay, a little bit about myself is I was made in Taiwan. I was exported to the United States when I was 10 years old. We immigrated to the United States. I'm an immigrant. I'm a Chinese American. My daughter's born in the USA, so she's American Chinese. That's what she told me. You know, I would like to talk about who I am, what I do, but I want to tell you something, that I am you. I'm a realtor, just like you guys. I joined the board in 1994, and 2004, I got involved because of you guys. I was encouraged by, I think was, at that time, was Esther Johnson, and many of you, that Lorraine Clark, and a lot of people that was sitting there. I was just like you, sitting there watching me. And they said, why don't you get involved? I said, why? Why? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to put in so much time? No, you try it. I was very naive at that time, and I said yes. I was a young girl at that time. And the more I got involved, the more I got involved, the more I got involved. I have to tell you something. I feel this board, I'm very grateful. I have learned and have been so, my journey here has been very, very, spiritual in a way for me. I have learned about real estate more than I have ever did. You guys give me that chance, and I really appreciate it. And giving back to you guys and thinking what the members should have. And that's what I do, and that's why I've been elected for many, many years, because you guys trust in me. And I trust that I have given back to you guys as well. I try to do your picnic. I'm the first one who did the picnic. I did a lot of little things for you guys. We did the, California Science, we went out there. And I also was the one that, because I'm from Taiwan, and we become an ambassador to Taiwan from NAR. So everything I have done, I try to do what I can do best for me as a member and for you as a member. And he's telling me I have 8 seconds. So don't do that. And I just want you to continue to support me and trust me. Thank you very much.
As you can see, that's all 8 candidates saying. Thank you again to all 8 of you who are running. We should show our appreciation again to all 8 candidates for stepping up and volunteering. Bob.
We are voting for 8 individuals.
Yes.
Some for 2-year terms, some for a 1-year term.
Yes.
Is there a certain number that goes into each category, or is it the most votes?
It's the most votes.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, but great question. Thank you, Bob. So as I mentioned earlier, you will be able to cast absentee ballots from the end of this meeting, and our election day is the 20th. So please consider all 8 candidates, make your selections, and thank you again for your time to listen to our candidates. Thank you.